Okay, so is this why you're here? This is why you're here, then stay tuned. The 2024 BMW X1 M35i going up against the Mercedes AMG GLA 35. Right. Now, on the surface, guys, this new latest BMW is yet another entrance into the crowded small SUV scene, right? However, are there any true competitors to this latest X1? With a compelling starting price just southward of $50,000 before destination fee and a focus on performance, few small SUVs deliver that jolt of adrenaline and performance chops like the X1 M35i will. There is, however, one very close rival from perhaps the most obvious rival a BMW could have. And guys, we know it, Mercedes-Benz. Now, what is Mercedes-Benz putting on the table? They placed the Mercedes-Benz AMG GLA 35, which is a quick little compact SUV with many similarities to the M-tuned X1, guys. And that raises the question of, can the latest X1 M35i match the current default king of the hot compact luxury SUV segment? It's rhetorical though. But then, if that is what brought you by, you will not be disappointed by the end of this episode, and please be welcome to AUTOSTOP. Now let's get down to the business, and by the looks of it, these little German machines are deadly rivals. But then again, if you take a closer review or look, they've got plenty in common. Both of them employ a turbocharged 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine. Again, both of them offer upward more than 300 horsepower. Both all have all-wheel drive, and both will put a smile on your face during your school run. So they are evenly built. But which compact crossover should you spend your money, your hard-earned money on? Is it the newer BMW or the familiar Mercedes-Benz, guys? Let's find out in this comparison briefly on exterior design, performance, interior and cargo, pricing, and I will conclude with a verdict. Of course, it will be my personal verdict, and I believe these areas are salient to most of us. Let's get down to the exterior design. And in terms of design, BMW and Mercedes have both revealed their fair share of them. And to me, let's just say they are controversially styled vehicles in recent months, guys. Looks are very much subjective in this case, so I mostly leave this part, the aesthetic appeal, to you, the individual, to decide, and rather bring to the fore that both vehicles have more than a single exhaust tip. Take a look. The Mercedes has dual, the X1 has quad. So that is a personal decision, but I believe you would make. Now, the M35i X1 sports a 19-inch wheels standard, while you can opt for a larger 20 inches at an extra cost. But then on the Mercedes AMG, customers also receive 18-inch wheels as standard, but then you have an option to go for 20 if you want. Overall, both of the aesthetic look, I want you to take a good look again, and I believe you'll side with me on the fact that they are inoffensive in design and will appeal to the target markets in both ways, right? Good. But what really is important to all of us is performance when it comes to these SUVs. So let's go look at their performance, and they are closely matched, but the Merc is slightly quicker in this case. And I'm going to go through the details with you, and we'll see what we're talking about. So as mentioned, both models employ a turbocharged 2.0 liter engine. The BMW actually produces 312 horsepower. Let me hold it here for you. And the Mercedes produces 312 horsepower. Let me hold that here too. And they both have the same amount of torque, 295 pound-feet of torque, guys, making the BMW more powerful than the AMG, because then the AMG wades into battle with 10 fewer horses and the same amount of torque. I believe the analytics is clear, right? So despite this minor deficit, BMW claims that the GLA 35 can actually sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.1 seconds. The BMW hits the same benchmark speed in 5.2 seconds. Now take a good look at it again. I'll hold the figures here. So the BMW with the much horsepower is slower than the Mercedes-Benz that has less horsepower. Isn't that mind-boggling? That the BMW has more power and is slower than the AMG that has less 10 horsepower? That said, both outfits are known for underquoting figures here, so I'll leave it at that. But then, technically speaking, on paper, the Mercedes is quicker. Both crossovers will charge up to an electronically limited top speed of 155 miles. So for 2024, Mercedes AMG has added a 48-volt mild hybrid system to the GLA 35 engine, providing the crossover with a 13 horsepower boost under certain conditions, and claims it improves the fuel economy. So take note if you are interested in those boosts. But let me jump onto the X1 M35i, which channels power to all four wheels via a 7-speed dual clutch steptronic transmission. And this system includes the M Sport Boost, which automatically places the vehicle in its sportier settings when you hold down on the left shift paddle. There is also a mechanically limited slip differential and adaptive M suspension, among other things, which should make it rather fun to drive. But then alternatively, the GLA 35 uses an 8-speed dual clutch box, directing power to the front and rear axles in a similar front bias manner to the X1. It remains to be seen which of them is more enjoyable to drive, but history shows that BMW makes a more dynamic SUV. The Mercedes is quicker on paper though, and I'll leave that there and tackle interior and cargo, which is also a very significant one when it comes to buying such SUVs. But rhetorically speaking, are you in favor of a traditional BMW cabin or the ornamental Mercedes-Benz design? Let's go down. Both Mercedes and BMW have created a tasteful and contemporary cabin environment. Actually, the X1 takes a more conservative and traditional approach with sophisticated lines, quality materials, a sprinkle of an M performance flair all over. The M35i models receive M pedals and door sills, along with the leather-trimmed M steering wheel. Take a look. Sport seats with Alcantara or Sensatec trims are standard, but buyers can select power adjustable M Sport seats with illuminated M logos on the headrest. Now, standard equipment is generous and includes dual-zone climate control, Harman Kardon sound system, a BMW's new iDrive with operating system 9. Onto the GLA 35 also receives Mercedes' latest M-Bar system, with all 2024 models receiving wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto at no cost. There is also Napalm leather trimmed steering wheel with integrated AMG drive unit switches, along with redesigned sport seats with new upholstery and color options, people. Now, the occupancy and space. So with both rows of seating in place, the BMW has 25.7 cubic feet of parking space. Let me hold it here, which dwarfs the Mercedes 15.4 cubic feet. You see that? But then the tables turn when the rear bench tumbles, as in you fold the rear seats, and GLA 35 provides 50.5 cubic feet of utility space compared to the BMW X1 M35i's 46.9 cubic feet. So it's a win-lose situation here. But then this is how the cargo space works. Okay. And I'll leave that to your own judgment at this point. But let me just jump onto pricing and bring in my final verdict. And so at this point, we can all tell that these vehicles are closely matched. It is actually tough to choose, right? BMW actually confirmed that the X1 M35i will have the base MSRP of $49,900. That's $100 shy of $50K. And the M35i derivative is priced competitively with a mere $400 premium above the pre-facelifted GLA 35. Now, when you jump onto the Mercedes, it's yet to reveal the price for the model year 2024 GLA 35, but the outgoing 2023 model is priced at $49,500 as of today's rate before options, and we're guessing that the updated variant will receive a marginal price hike, possibly pushing the base manufacturer suggested retail price above the $50,000 mark. But then this won't matter to the buyers, who will probably tack a few $1,000s worth of options onto the Beamer or the AMG. Now, the BMW and Mercedes are closely matched in just about every area, right, people? Making it difficult to choose between the two. So it will probably come down to personal preference. And so the AMG will likely appeal to those who desire a simpler design, while the M35i will attract consumers looking for a sharp way of taking kids to school like myself, guys. So I think at this point, you know where I stand on this. We look forward to driving both vehicles back to back to see which German performance crossover takes the crown and update you in time. You can also then at this point check the Japanese automaker luxury compact SUV in the form of the Lexus LBX on my left. And this is what we got for you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day until meet same time again. Bye bye.